Hi guys, nice to see you all here. I'm Pavol Soviš from company Bonetics, located here in Bratislava, and we are developing Ruby on Rails applications, but also mobile applications and lots of other stuff. But so to say, Ruby on Rails is at the moment our core web application stack. And today, a lot of people ask me where is actually Mike, who was supposed to be talking today. He's getting married in a far east, so I'll be having the talk. Today we will actually not be talking a lot about Rails. We'll be talking about different stuff. We'll be talking about video calls via web browser. So to start, this is my today's goal. I would like to show you how to implement this stuff, how to be able to push your stream up to the server, how to play the stream from the server, and how is it all connected together, and also something about the application stack that we are using. As the underlying technology, we are using Ruby on Rails for the web, and we kind of were forced to use Flash, because Flash is currently the only option which can handle the cameras, the mic, and which can push the stream to the server, and which can capture video and work with Red 5. To be able to work with Flash, we use a lot of JavaScript between Ruby on Rails and Flash. It's some kind of a glue between those two. And least but not last, we are using an open source media server called Red 5. There are also other options like Flash Media Server, but this is an open source software, so you can use it freely and for free. And Red 5 is also able to do publishing, playing, and recording streams, and it does it just as well as Flash Media Server does. So this is our stack, and as it looks like from the browser point of view, the screen loads, and right after the screen loads, we load a Flash component, which is glued to the HTML via JavaScript. Basically, JavaScript does all the handling, the buttons, and the control of the Flash component. Immediately when Flash loads, it does a direct connection to Red 5, and it is very important to say that this connection is persistent. So we are not only able to push messages to Red 5, but we may as well be waiting and get messages from Red 5 back to the Flash. Basically, every such green component represents a user who will be using our video call technology, and there may be as many users as you want. So to be able to communicate with a Flash, you just call your method on your Flash object. But before you can do that, you just need to set up the Flash to listen for this method. So you need to add your callback method to the external interface, which is the first thing we do, and right afterwards we can be calling this method on the Flash object. On the other way around, we can basically call anything in JavaScript, and you can see it in the example where I call just a simple log output. It is a little bit more complicated between Flash and Red 5. Basically, you have the on the Red 5 server, you need to have an instance of a Red 5 application running. This Red 5 application is basically a single class. It's called application, and I personally like to have order, and I like a single entry into the Red 5 application. So I have created a class which is responsible for all the calls from Flash to Red 5. And to do this, you just need to set up your configuration file and tell Red 5 which of the classes you are using is the service class. You do it by appending the .service appendix behind the class name. So from this moment, when you start your Red 5 application, the signalization class is actually responsible for incoming all the calls from Flash. After you do this, you can call any method that you have implemented in the signalization class from Flash. On the other way around, each client that has a connection to the Red 5 server has the so-called client or connection, and if you want to call something from Red 5 on the Flash object, you need to invoke it on this connection. So basically saying, invoke something on my connection, which represents the user that is connected to the Red 5 application. So this way, we are basically able to communicate between JavaScript Flash and between Flash and Red 5. On the side of Red 5, it's really easy to implement the Red 5 application. You just need to extend the multi-threaded application adapter, which basically does everything for you. Actually, you could use the multi-threaded application adapter, and it provides everything you need from scratch. It is able to connect the users, disconnect them, notify you about this, publish streams, play streams. It does everything for you. So if you want to do any application logic that suits your needs, your business needs, you simply extend the multi-threaded application adapter and provide your own functionality. But you could use it basically as is. All right, so now we have everything set up. We know how to interchange messages between all the Flash objects, Red 5 servers, and so on. And from the Flash point of view, there are basically two classes that are the most important for communicating with communication with the Red 5 server. It's the net stream, which is responsible for publishing a stream up to the Red 5 server and playing the stream from the Red 5 server. The second class is the connection itself. You just need to create a connection at the beginning when you load the Flash object. And afterwards, it's really easy. You just create a net stream and attach your camera and mic to it, and you are able to publish the stream on the Red 5 server. Basically, we are doing nothing else. We are just publishing our stream, and nobody else is receiving the stream from the Red 5 application. So to receive a stream from the Red 5 application, we need to create another NetStream object and specify the name of the stream, and you just attach it to your video object. So it's pretty simple. Afterwards, you are seeing the stream that you're receiving via the NetStream object. And I think this is all you need to know. Everything else is very Googleable, and you can search for it. This is very important to say that although we are using more technologies, they are actually very interconnected. So you really need to think twice before you do anything else, because if you change up your mind and decide to change anything in the application design, it is very costly to change it, because most of the times you will be having to change it in the JavaScript as well as the Flash as well as the Red 5 application. This was actually one of the biggest fails we did not think twice. Another lesson that we have learned is this streaming usually wouldn't work in corporate environments. It is basically because the admins in large corporations such as I don't know, Orange, Tatra Banka, or any such large corporations used to block ports, and by default this streaming is done via default port 1935, which is usually blocked. So it's a good thing that the Red 5 server actually has a feature that is called port switching, where you can just say, alright, if I'm unable to connect on the default port, I still can switch back to the port 80, which is HTTP, which is usually allowed everywhere. Well, the problem was, as we started building our application, there was, at that moment, there was no stable version of Red 5 server, and although they stated that this functionality is provided as is out of the box, it just simply wasn't working. But as they released the stable version in December 2012, everything started working. But it still wasn't that easy, because you may try to initiate a connection on the default port, and you expect it to fail if the port is blocked. You expect a message that gets back to you. But if a port is blocked, you simply receive no message. And the problem with this is that there is a huge timeout on the connection class. So you would wait a minute until you actually get a response that your Flash object wasn't able to connect to the Red 5 application. But you cannot wait a minute, and the problem is you cannot set up another timeout. So in the end, we ended up using the so-called shotgun method, where we actually initiate connections on all ports that are available, and we wait for the first response that gets back, and we initiate a connection on this port and simply ignore all others. Another approach that was not really clever from the beginning was that we didn't really know a lot about Red 5 and how it works, so we were asking all the time from the Flash component, is anybody calling me? Is anybody calling me? And we were waiting for a response, which was kind of stupid. And if the answer was positive, we would initiate the call, and afterwards, while calling with somebody, we would actually constantly be firing up messages to Red 5 and asking whether the call is still on. And if the response was negative, we would end up the call. But that is, of course, completely wrong, because there's a persistent connection between the Flash object and the Red 5 server. So you basically can be just sitting there and waiting for a Red 5 server to ask you to pick up the phone. One of the features that Red 5 supports out of the box is the so-called rooms support. Basically, if you are connecting to a Red 5 server, you would be calling the URL of this server, but you can append any number of rooms behind the URL in the form of /string/string, and you can share resources within a room, but you do not interact with other resources in other rooms. It is kind of cool, exceptionally for video calling via web, where you want to have separate rooms for separate people. Each such room works as a standalone Red 5 instance, so it's kind of cool to use the rooms for calling. Thank you very much. Now I will be showing you how it actually works in real life.
Pojde to.
Pojde to? Super. No, dajte mi sekundu, mám rozlišenie trošku pozadné. I'm really sorry for the display, it's really small. But anyways, basically right now I have two windows that each has a loaded flash component. And what I do is I contact the Red 5 server and tell him that I want to initiate a call. And the other browser receives the message immediately and provides me with a screen to accept. Oh, cool. So now you see me twice because I only have one camera and I have an echo problem. Yeah. Actually, the flash camera object supports echo cancellation, but it obviously doesn't work here. That was about it. I end the call. So that's how it works. Thank you very much.
Môžeme zložiť tvoj notebook, čiže ešte jednu prezentáciu to krátky tvoj slide. To je počkaj, že by si mohol browsi otvoriť BDSK a sa.
No, hotovo.
Okay, so probably some of you noticed that waiters are asking for weird papers when they're bringing you beers. Srigi will explain why.
Nazdarte. Spravím to v slovenskom jazyku, aby som zasiahol najväčšiu cieľovku. Firma BDSK, ktorá prišla z Austrálie, hľadá nových developerov, frontendistov a Ruby on Rails. A preto dnes sponzoruje pivo a pizzu. Pivo máte pomocou takého vouchra, ak ste ho nedostali, tak sa zastavte za mnou. Pizzu si normálne objednajte, my to platíme, padá to na náš účet. A aby som trošku priblížil, aby som zvýšil naše šance pre tých, ktorí by sa mohli zaujímať o prácu u nás, tak BDSK má niekoľko produktov, pracuje alebo venuje sa oblasti realít, kde ponúka CRM pre obidve strany, pre agentov, ktorí obiehajú jednotlivé reality. Náš produkt Boom slúži ako interfejs pre týchto agentov. Nad tým je nejaká obrovská databáza a z tej istej databázy sa pomocou nástroja Grep vytvárajú mikrosajty, ktoré potom navštevujú živí ľudia, návštevníci internetu. Takže ide hlavne o vývoj týchto dvoch produktov, Boom a Grep. Obidva sú napísané v Ruby on Rails. V podstate máme v infraštruktúre 3 Rails aplikácie. Je to napísané ešte s využitím frameworku Pavol, tak preto hľadáme aj tých frontendistov. Takže ak budete mať záujem, ozvite sa mne, alebo vyzdielame link na Rubislave. Na Rubislave je už jedna ponuka. Ďakujem. Vedieť Ruby a vedieť vedieť programovať webové aplikácie. Nemusíš byť, hľadáme juniorov aj seniorov, takže ak si ochotný sa učiť, tak není problém.
Koľko ľudí hľadáte?
Naša vízia, koľko ľudí hľadáme, do konca roka by sme chceli mať 2 týmy po 8 ľudí a 2 testerov.
Máte slovenský alebo austrálsky?
Prečo tu asi prišli?
Okay, we'll have 5-10 minutes short break and we'll continue with Anger.